Welcome back to Crypto Dishes, my friends. If you've been waiting for the kind of market update that makes your heart race, you're in the right place. Today's story is wild. One exchange just dumped billions in volume. Whales are playing tug-of-war, and the SEC's timing couldn't be more brutal. What you think you know about XRP is about to be flipped upside down. Let's break it all down. So let's start with the big shocker. In the last 24 hours, South Korea's largest exchange, Upbit, unloaded a staggering 75 million XRP. That move alone drove the market into a frenzy, spiking total trade volume to an eye-watering $14 billion. This wasn't a quiet shuffle. It was a dump of tank-level force that shook every XRP holder to the core. And while that chaos was happening, another bombshell landed on the political front. Former President Donald Trump's media company just announced a $2 billion Bitcoin reserve. Think about that for a moment. This isn't just a trade, it's a statement of intent. When political giants step into crypto at this scale, it forces the entire market, including altcoins like XRP, to reassess their positioning. Could this be the signal that XRP is finally about to benefit from broader U.S. political adoption? That's the million-dollar question. Now, here's where things get even more interesting. After that dump, XRP briefly slipped under the $3 line, dropping as low as $2.82. But instead of panic taking over, buyers stepped in aggressively. The result? A textbook V-shaped recovery, pushing XRP back toward $2.93. But beneath the surface, whales were making their moves. Large wallets unloaded nearly 460 million XRP, a jaw-dropping figure. Yet at the same time, smaller whale wallets, think mid-sized investors with influence, scooped up around 130 million XRP. What we're seeing is a power shift. Big whales are distributing, smaller whales are accumulating. That doesn't happen without a reason. Someone's betting on a major outcome. And speaking of outcomes, the regulatory battlefield is heating up. The SEC is set to make a critical announcement on Ripple's appeal withdrawal. The timing? 3 o'clock Universal Time, coordinated today. Traders all over the world are glued to their charts, waiting for this call. If the SEC backs off completely, XRP could rocket higher. But if they hint at a new angle, we might see the opposite. Either way, this is not just a headline, it's a catalyst. A single ruling could light the fuse under XRP's price in the coming hours. Let's talk technicals, because the charts right now are a battlefield of their own. The relative strength index is flashing a bearish signal. XRP has slipped under the 50-day moving average, and that's concerning. The key support to watch? $2.78. Lose that, and the next likely stop is $2.60. But on the flip side, bullish traders are pointing to a fascinating divergence. XRP is still showing strength compared to Ethereum. And in crypto, divergence often signals the market is about to surprise. Could XRP defy the charts and push higher? The tension between these signals is exactly why volatility is spiking. Shocking takes and the nukes to explode. Now here's where we stir the pot. Some of the most shocking and honestly unpopular takes in the XRP space right now go against the mainstream narrative. 1. XRP's biggest breakout might not come from an ETF or partnerships. It could come from geopolitics. Trump's Bitcoin reserve and the political momentum it represents could act as a slingshot for altcoins. 2. SEC delays might secretly be XRP's greatest advantage. Every week the case drags on is another week whales have to quietly accumulate. That kind of stealthy buildup has led to monster rallies in the past. 3. That brutal Upbit dump? It might have been the best thing that could have happened. By clearing out weak liquidity and exposing where the real buyers are, it could reset the stage for XRP's next leg higher. Painful in the short term, but potentially powerful in the long run. Market crossroads, broader crypto signals. Zooming out to the wider market, Bitcoin slipped about 0.2%, not huge, but enough to keep traders cautious. Meanwhile, XRP and Ethereum managed to claw back gains, showing resilience where Bitcoin faltered. Analysts are tying this divergence to regulatory optimism and risk-on sentiment ahead of the Federal Reserve Chair's upcoming speech. Traders are watching closely because moments like these often mark turning points. When altcoins decouple from Bitcoin, it usually signals a major wave of volatility is coming. For XRP, that wave might be arriving sooner than anyone expects. So here's the twist I promised you. Everything we've talked about, politics, whales, technical charts, and regulatory tension, it's all colliding right now. XRP's destiny isn't being written by hype, but by calculated, orchestrated moves happening in real time. And that leaves us with a burning question. What cracks first, the breakdown or the bounce? I want to hear from you. Do you see XRP collapsing under pressure, or do you believe this is the perfect storm for a rally? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because the debate is about to explode. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Crypto Dishes, where we break the noise and bring you the real story behind the charts. Until next time, stay sharp, stay ready.